Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Art of Relationship show. Gonna have a little bit of fun today, and we all need it with everything going on with Hurricane Ian and the world and Ravels, right? So we're gonna have a little fun talking about pet peeves and talking about annoyances in your relationship, past or present, and one maybe we'll talk about were any of these reasons why maybe a former relationship didn't work out, or you're on the verge of it sort of going sideways right now. We're going to talk about this right after this. Don't go anywhere. Hey, welcome back everybody to the Art of Relationship show. Going to be talking about annoyances in your relationship. And, with clients in my office, excuse me, on a daily basis, of course, right? It's easy for everybody to tell me what you don't like or what drives you crazy about your partner. Let's be honest, okay? It's very rare when I say, hey, what do you like or what do you love about your partner? They're like, sort of daydreaming, like they didn't even hear me, right? Damn, you know what? I haven't thought about that in a long time. So let's have a little bit of fun. And you can add in your comments and add in maybe your insights down below in the comments, okay? And I'll try to answer them or maybe talk about them during this episode, okay? As always, you can catch the Art of Relationship show, excuse me, live every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern time. The show is available on YouTube, Facebook, on both my Facebook pages. Just do a search under LoveGuruGreg or my name, Greg Dudzinski. Fully licensed professional counselor, have been for over 2 decades now here in the Detroit, Michigan area. So, talking about what drives you crazy in your relationship, right? Ladies, we all talk about, the toilet seat, right? When the toilet seat is left up, and guys can say, hey, what if the toilet seat can't be put down, right? Or why don't you leave it up for us? Those type of things. Maybe not cleaning up after yourself. But the more important thing about these annoyances and these pet peeves in your relationship is how do you handle them? How do you deal with them? And are you able to, connect with that? And does your partner really, know it's important to you that these behaviors, these little idiosyncrasies, if you will, they drive you nuts in your relationship, right? Do you come as a lecture like you're a parent to a child? Do you attack that person? Oh my God, I can't believe, right? Or do you say, hey, you know what? It'd be important to me if you leave the toilet seat down or clean up after yourself. Man, it'd be great if you didn't, leave your clothes all over the place for me to pick them up. That type of thing. Or, hey, can you rinse your dish off before putting them in the dishwasher if you have a dishwasher? Little annoyances, right? They drive us nuts. And one of those things when we're first dating or first in a relationship, right? We sort of, they're cute. It's no big deal. I'm used to it. It'll be okay. And then as time goes on, as time persists, these little annoyances become not only little cute things, they become huge things that drive us wild and not in a good way. That type of situation, okay? Maybe little annoyances that we're easily distracted when our person is talking to us. And how do we handle this? How do we go about talking about these situations to be able to better understand our partner? But also, does it work both ways? And can we understand one another? And what am I doing to drive you nuts? It's very easy for people to go out and talk about, right, what their person does that sort of drives them crazy, drives them, the proverbial drives them nuts, mad, those type of situations that just bugs the living hell out of somebody, right? But my question is also, what do you do to drive your person nuts, right? Maybe it could be, I've been accused before of maybe when a show's on, a movie's on, that I talk too much. Oh my God, I can't stand that person. Whatever. What a rotten, whatever. That I'm very theatrical, during movies, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I need to be quiet, keep my opinions to myself, right? And what annoyances maybe, sort of tick you off a little bit. And like I said, that at the beginning we might think, oh, it'll change, it's not a big deal. But then a year into a relationship, a year into a marriage, 2 years, and man, I thought this would stop. Haven't you learned? And that person's like, what are you talking about? What? I didn't know this drives you nuts and bothers you, okay? So number one, are you able to talk about it and express it as soon as it comes up, okay? And it could be that you do it, like I said, in a productive way. Meaning, hey, it'd be important to me if you left the toilet seat up or you left the toilet seat down or whatever it is, okay? It'd be great if, okay, guys, and I'm a man too, and it drives me nuts when other men that, you pee and it freaking goes all over the floor or hits the toilet seat, right? That type of stuff. Clean up after yourself, okay? And women, how many times, right? Women, your hair. I have no hair, right? It gets all over the sink and you leave it there. Oh, I'll clean it up. Then I'll clean it up the next day. Then I'll clean it up the next day. Oh my God, would you take care of your hair, right? Those type of things. Or how many people, right, when they clip their fingernails or toenails, it's all over the place, right? Clean up after yourself. What annoyances have driven you crazy over the years and you feel that either you gave up hope or you just try to ignore it until you're in a bad mood, you're tired, you're not feeling well, and they just explode, right? So I'd love to hear your comments, or not hear them, but see the comments down below. And, what are your annoyances? What sort of drive you crazy in your relationship and pet peeves, right? Talk about maybe you're not rinsing your dish off if you have a dishwasher before you go, put it in a dishwasher. Or if you don't have a dishwasher, how many people have, they leave their food, whatever, all over the place and they're not scraping their plates off in the garbage disposal or in the trash, whatever you do with it. There's so many different annoyances that drive people nuts, right? It could be maybe in the driveway, right? That you are pulling too close to somebody, that they can't get out of their car. They can't get into your car. Oh my God, I told you 1,000 times, right? Forgetting to take the trash out. There's so many different things that will drive people crazy. And again, it's individualized, right? And do you respect your person to be able to maybe stop doing these things? Maybe, putting your feet up on the furniture with your shoes on, right? It could be that you're working outside, you're all stinky, smelly, that type of stuff, and you come in and plop down on the furniture or on the bed after the bed's just made, or new sheets or comforters clean, that type of stuff. Oh my God, you're getting all your stench on, right? Those type of situations. Number one, like I said, are you able to talk about it and not yell and scream about it? And it's very difficult, right? A lot of times we feel that those annoyances our person has done, or maybe in a prior relationship, or maybe if you're single, you can think about that. Man, my old relationship, used to drive me nuts when she used to do this, when he used to do this. Or in the future, what would drive you nuts? And I talked about, deal breakers in a relationship before. Maybe these aren't really deal breakers. They're just stuff that just sort of jab and poke at you, right? How do you handle it? You talk about it. You be open and honest when they first come up. Excuse me. Voice going through puberty again, right? So talk about, hey, I'd love it if you don't do this, or I'd love it if you, could do this. Do this. Scrape your plate off. Pick up your dirty clothes. Maybe not put your feet on the furniture or the couch, right? That type of situation. There's so many different things that we look at that might drive us crazy because, right? We're not used to maybe living together, or maybe we feel like we're just going to get used to it, and we don't. The only thing that ends is our tolerance for those situations, people. So address it as soon as it comes up. Hey, I'd love it if you did this. Instead of barking and yelling and lecturing at that person, I can't believe you didn't even think that this, da-da-da-da, whatever it is. Man, aren't you stupid? And we don't want to use that word, right? We don't want to be belittling. We don't want to be degrading, right? How many people come across, how old are you? Oh my God, I thought you were an adult, not a child. Why would you da-da-da, whatever it is, right? Those type of situations, right? And how many people could be being annoyance, like I posted on Facebook, the little meme about laundry, right? That how many people you put whatever darks, delicates, in the dryer and you don't take them out all the way or as soon as they're done and they're wrinkled all the time, right? And there's little things that we all have pet peeves or annoyances that maybe drive us a little crazy. And the more deep ones are the ones that can create even more havoc in your relationship. It could be not being able to communicate, right? Not being transparent. Maybe if there's a deep issue, it annoys your person if you shut down all the time, right? Or if somebody needs just a little space to cool off, they don't want to argue, but you are maybe the individual that will never stop talking. You will never let it go. You will try to, grab them in a headlock so they don't go anywhere to get just a little bit of a breather to calm down so you don't get into an argument. These little annoyances, right? Well, those might not be little that I hear on a regular basis, and we can joke around and laugh about them. If you can laugh and joke about them and take care of them, hey, I know this is important to my person, so hey, let me do a better job at picking up after myself. Maybe, a better job at, men, let's face it, right? You pee, wipe off the toilet, right? And we all know it dribbles down a little bit on the front. Ugh, gross, right? Clean up after yourself, please. And we know, I hear from other women that the women's restrooms, right, are disastrous, right? They're gross, they're grody, that women might not have great hygiene either. So what do you do to make it easier and better to live with? And there's a little thing I give out once in a while to couples in my office about what makes it not easy to live with you, right? What makes it about you that's not so easy to live with? And you can go after these aspects, right? Maybe it's, chewing with your mouth open, that type of thing. Or you're trying to talk with your mouth full of food and you're spraying all over the place. These things can drive your person crazy and nuts. And then you're wondering, man, why don't they want to have sex with me? Why don't they want to do things with me? Why do they always yell and scream at me? And I never condone that. But we're looking at what are we doing? What am I doing to cause problems in the relationship, right? And these little annoyances, right? We want to take care of them. We all have little things about us that drive us nuts, right? About our person that they do. And I'm sure, things we do we look at, hey, what am I doing to sort of annoy my partner, right? Maybe there's a little thing that we joke around too much, that sometimes your partner hates being tickled. We know this, so we go and tickle, right? And, oh my God, would you stop? And then we're mad at them for being mad at us. It's all part of respect in a relationship, right? So go after, and look at, what is annoying to you in a relationship, and can you talk about it? Maybe being an annoying thing in your relationship, you can't bring up any of this stuff because your person's going to get defensive, right? They're going to go into a tit for tat element. Well, you do this, you do that. We can talk about that, great. But right now, I'm addressing this with you that bothers me or that annoys me. And these are things that, are you able to hear each other's annoyances? Even make fun about it, right? Oh my God, when you farted in bed, it was so gross last night, right? And everybody assumes women don't fart. Yes, they do, right? It's little things, maybe the way your person burps out loud. It could be funny, it could be, but if it happens over and over again, then maybe it becomes annoying. Those type of little things, right? What is annoying to you in your relationship, and are you able to talk about it and address it? And do you sort of respect that person enough to change it or stop those things that are annoying. Simple, right? It sounds simple. And some things might not be that easy because they're so habit forming with us. They're habitual. We're used to doing it. And one thing about me, at home watching a movie, Netflix, whatever, I might talk a lot, or I might, oh my God, she's a rotten, or he's such a miserable son of a beep, 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 right? And it might be annoying to whoever maybe I'm with at the time, watching a movie or whatever. In a show, I try not to do that. So why am I doing it at home? Because I feel more free. It's my place, right? But we look at what are those things, annoyances that drive us crazy in a relationship. Maybe it could be cleaning, right? One person's view, oh, I cleaned, and you still see a pile of dirt or dust on the counters like this thick, right? Or you still feel maybe you have pets and there's pet hair all over. I thought you cleaned. I did. It's one of those things that what can we do to be good enough and understand, hey, I want to be a better partner. What can I do to stop annoying you, right? And maybe it's annoying that you don't joke around as much. Maybe that's annoying. Maybe it's annoying that your person or maybe you are too serious all the time and everything is boring. Everything's serious. There's no fun. There's no flexibility. There's no spontaneity. Or spontaneity, is it spontaneity? Are there things that you can improve on to lighten up the relationship? And instead of being annoying, right, you can maybe be playful about it, but then stop those annoying behaviors. Very simple, right? Or it seems like it's simple, okay? So even, write down, text, hey, I'd really love it if you stop doing this, or I'd really, it's important to me if you could do this instead of yelling and screaming at your person, okay? Just like you would not want to be yelled and screamed at as well. So why are you yelling and screaming? Like I've said numerous episodes of the show, can you speak from the heart or speak from the hurt or speak from what you would like? Hey, I'd love it versus you do that, that you're coming across as that, sort of controlling, nagging, that you're, like a parent lecturing a child type of situation. And then you get upset when your partner says, man, why are you talking to me like you're my mom? You're not my mom. You're not my dad. And then we get in an argument and upset because of it when we could just say, hey, I'd love it if you did this. I mean, it'd be great if you could do this. That you start more in a positive aspect about what you would like and what you don't want to change the pet peeves and the annoyances in your relationship so they don't build up and they don't blow up into little things, right? And a lot of people assume that the little annoyances, right, there's always something that will maybe bug us in a relationship, right? We sort of take it as it comes, right? But if they start building up over time, you need to be able to talk about it. Hey, it really bugged me. I wanted to say something a while ago. I thought it would stop and I thought I could be okay with it, but I can't. I'd love it if you stopped doing this. I'd love it if you could do this instead of the lecturing, instead of the, like you're berating, belittling, or trying to lecture, or that you're trying to dictate to your person, because that's when those issues will start, clashing together. They'll start bashing together, if you will. And then you're starting to throw into a tit for tat and a power trip because how dare you talk to me like I'm your kid? How dare you talk to me like I'm your employee, right? We've, I think, all been there in a situation. And instead of saying, oh, there you go again, saying I'm talking like your dad or talking like your mom, that could be annoying, right? Would you be able to say, hey, you know what? I don't mean to. What can I do to stop this? And I don't mean to do that. Again, part of annoying behavior also is about looking at what you do out there, right? What you're doing to annoy your partner. And are you able to look at it and to evolve it and change it, right? Or, let's face it, if it's a positive thing your partner's looking for, is there stuff that you can put in place? Like I said, picking up after yourself, doing the dishes, maybe, not burping, farting all the time in front of them. Maybe it's funny. Maybe you have a contest who burps louder, right? Whatever it is. Or someone's on the phone talking to their mom, their dad, or another person. And you know what? Maybe you're trying to talk to them or try to be funny when they're talking to that person, and it's annoying and it's disrespectful. So number one, talk about it, express it, right? Use I statements, right? Man, I'd love it if you did this, or it'd be great. I'd love it if you stopped doing this. I feel disrespected. I'd love it if you, right? Instead of the yelling, screaming, bashing, those type of situations at your person, okay? Use this some advice, have a little fun with it, and you know what? Check out the Art of Relationships show every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, under Love Guru Greg. Check it out. It'll be available every listening platform under the Art of Relationships show. And you check out my website, theartofrelationships.org. And it's always my passion, always has been, always will be, to help people have a successful, happy, connected relationship that you've always craved. Again, not perfect, but that it's good, that it's a lot more connected, a lot more fun, and more fulfilling than you've ever thought possible, okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Peace and love to everybody out there. Talk to you soon, okay? Bye-bye.